E-commerce brands don't fail at Meta ads because their ads are bad. They fail because they're asking Meta to do a job it was never designed to do. So if you're treating Facebook and Instagram like Google, in other words, you're expecting a cold audience to see your brand for the first time and pull out their credit card, you're already losing. And the frustrating part is that Meta works incredibly well when you use it the right way. You just need to understand where it fits into your e-commerce growth plan. Here's why this matters. Most stores grow by leaning hard on high-intent traffic like Google search and shopping ads and brand terms, and that works until it doesn't. Eventually, demand caps out, costs creep up, and suddenly growth stalls. And so you turn to Meta. And instead of getting leverage, you get the feeling like you're lighting money on fire. In this video, I'm going to show you where Meta ads in Facebook and Instagram fit into your e-commerce ecosystem, how to warm up customers instead of forcing sales too early, and the exact campaign framework you can copy to scale using influencers, retargeting, and creative testing the right way. But before we dive in, think about the last movie you were excited to watch. You probably didn't see one ad and immediately go buy a ticket. You saw a teaser, then a trailer, then maybe clips on Insta. Then a friend mentioned the movie. By the time you actually bought the ticket, the decision was already made. Well, Meta ads works the exact same way. Your first Meta ad isn't the movie, it's the trailer. And when brands try to sell the ticket before the trailer has done its job, they don't think, oh, I'm skipping steps. You're just using it out of sequence. And once you understand that, the entire Meta ads framework becomes obvious. Where Meta ads fits into your e-commerce ecosystem. Here's the mental model that clears up most Meta ad confusion. Google Ads captures demand, Meta creates it. When someone types a product into Google, they're already shopping, they're comparing prices, they're reading reviews, they're looking at the best option right now. But Meta is different. People aren't on Facebook and Instagram to buy. They're there to scroll, laugh, kill time, which means Meta's real job is introduction. And it's where someone sees your product for the first time and where curiosity starts. And this is the shift most brands miss. The first Meta ad is rarely a sales ad. The first touch point is about awareness and curiosity. The next few touches are about education and trust. And only after that does a conversion make sense. Meta is powerful because it supports all three stages inside one ecosystem. And once you accept that, the strategy stops feeling disorganized. Why Meta is so good at product introduction. This is where Meta really shines. In my experience working with e-commerce brands, cost per click inside Facebook and Instagram is usually much lower than Google. Not because traffic is worse, but because you're paying for attention, not intent. Meta lets you introduce your product through engagement, through plays, post interactions. You can put a few dollars behind dozens of creatives and instantly see what people actually respond to. Even if someone never clicks, Meta still knows what they watched, what they engaged with. And that data becomes fuel for everything that comes next, which means awareness ads aren't wasting spend. They're building up your future conversion pool. That's why Meta feels cheap when you use it correctly and insanely expensive when you don't. Top of funnel strategy, stop forcing sales. This is where many Meta ad accounts go sideways. They launch ads to cold audiences, they immediately ask for the sale. Buy now, shop today, limited time. But when it doesn't work, the conclusion is always the same. Facebook traffic doesn't convert. But the real problem is timing. Cold traffic doesn't trust you yet. They don't know your products. Are you even legit? So your job at the top of the funnel is simple. Get the right people to notice you and remember you. That's it. Top of funnel Meta ads should show the product in context, highlight a problem the customer already relates to, demonstrate how it's used. And this is why video works so well here. It stops the scroll. It communicates more in less time. And it creates engagement audiences that you can reuse later. Even if someone never clicks, Meta still tracks video watch time, engagement, ad interactions, and every one of those signals makes your future ads cheaper and more effective. Awareness ads aren't wasting spend. They're planting seeds. And this is where the fastest trust builder in Meta comes in. Influencer content plus paid ads equals trust at scale. One of the fastest ways to introduce people to your product on Meta right now is pairing influencer content with paid ads. And it's growing for a reason. People trust people faster than they trust brands. When influencer content is used as ads, whether that's whitelisting or branded content, it feels native. It blends into the feed. It doesn't trigger the same ad resistance. In practice, ads that run from creator handles often outperform ads from brand pages, not because the product is different, but because the delivery is. Works especially well for product demos, testimonials, day in the life of usage, problem solution storytelling. The playbook is pretty simple. You partner with creators who already speak to your audience. Let them create authentic product content. Put paid spend behind the best performing pieces. You're not just borrowing their audience, you're borrowing their credibility. Retargeting, where Meta ads turns interest into revenue. This is the payoff. When someone watched your video, liked a post, engaged with an ad, visited your site, viewed a product, added something to their cart, they are no longer cold traffic. They've already raised their hand, and statistically, these people are more likely to buy than someone seeing your ad for the first time. This is why retargeting almost always produces the highest return inside a Meta account. Here are the retargeting audiences that matter most. Video viewers, especially 25 to 50% of watch time. Facebook and Instagram engagers, website visitors, product page viewers, cart abandoners. At this stage, the message changes. You're not introducing yourself anymore, you're reminding them. This is where social proof matters. Reviews and testimonials start helping. Offers make sense. Dynamic product ads are especially powerful here. If someone looked at a product and didn't buy, showing them the exact product again removes friction. You're not restarting the conversation, you're continuing it. Retargeting isn't aggressive, it's reminder-based marketing. And when it's done right, this is where Meta stops feeling like a cost and starts feeling like a revenue engine. Creative testing, the real scaling lever on Meta. If there's one thing that determines whether Meta scales or stalls, it's creative. Not targeting, not budget, it's creative, the actual ad. This is one of Meta's biggest advantages. You can test a lot of ideas quickly without risking the whole account. You can launch dozens of video creatives, put a small amount of budget behind each one, and let the platform tell you what people actually respond to. And almost every account follows the same pattern. A small percentage of ads drives the majority of results, the old 80-20 rule. The fact is, most creatives won't work, but a few will massively outperform. Meta is built to find those winners if you give it enough options. Creative fatigue is real. So as frequency goes up, performance will go down. Many brands start seeing the drop-off after someone sees the same ad 6 times. The solution isn't more targeting tweaks, it's fresh creative. A simple way to think about budget allocation is the majority of spend is proven on winners, a portion on new variations and angles, and a small slice on completely new concepts. This is how you scale up without blowing up efficiency. How this framework scales profitably. This is why the whole Meta Ads framework works. You're no longer asking one ad to do everything, you're not forcing cold traffic to convert, and you're not judging Meta on doing the wrong job. Instead, awareness ads introduce your brand cheaply, influencer content accelerates trust, retargeting converts warmed up audiences, and creative testing constantly finds new winners. Each layer feeds the next. And that's how you build stronger retargeting pools, increase conversion rates, and keep your cost per acquisition or CPA stable as spend increases. Meta stops being a gamble and becomes a compounding system. And when demand is continuously created at the top, the bottom of the funnel never runs dry. That is how e-commerce brands scale Meta ads without breaking what's already working. Now, just in case you forgot, Facebook and Instagram do an incredible job at creating demand. But once that demand exists, you still need to capture people while they're actively shopping. And that is where Google Shopping comes in. If you want to see how to turn demand Meta creates into high intent, bottom of the funnel revenue, watch this next video here where I walk through how to optimize Google Shopping ads the right way. Click here and it picks up exactly where this framework leaves off. All the best.